Alright, what's good, simps? So the worst duelist here, been on a bit of a hiatus. Honestly, I kind of just took some time off of YouTube and to just kind of like play some video games, to be completely honest with you. But yeah, so today I have new gameplay. It's going to be the DUEL Mekk list. This is a slightly updated list than the one that I put on the channel. And I'm playing against Jad here, who's on some new 60 card mashup glue eater bullshit. It's what is it? Dogmatika, Shaddoll, I don't remember, honestly. There's a lot of memes going on here, but he basically just plays like traps the deck, and like all the traps are just like value. So yeah, it's definitely a cool deck for sure. It's good in theory. Oh, he plays Zoo as the other engine. So yeah, it's like Zoo, Shaddoll, Dogmatika, kind of, with just like every good card in Yu-Gi-Oh! So he goes Prosperity here for 3, goes ahead and reveals, you know, these here. I think he goes and gets the Beast, so must already be on his Zoo engine. So yeah, he goes normal summon the Thoroughblade, and then he goes right into the Hammer Kong, does not proceed to activate the effect, and swiftly into this Trident into set 3. So I draw, and I top deck a Lightning Storm here. So it's just absolutely silly. So we go back row, of course, and then we go memory. I think we're going to go get our purple. So we're just now online with the mech engines. We go purple effect, target, and then he goes chain Trident. And then we go ahead and say, no, I'm okay on that. I'm going to forbidden droplet the ever-living shit out of you. So then we go for the blue sky. And then we add that to hand. We set a card, we summon the blue sky, and he actually just packs it up right here. He's kind of seen enough. The Lightning Storm kind of, you know, took all recursion that he had through his trap cards. You know, he was just kind of done for here. So yeah, that was a stacked hand. We kind of just shuffle up and get ready for game 2 here. Alright, so we're going into game 2. He's starting off again, I believe. Kind of just chatting about some stuff. Or maybe he makes me go first. Yeah, he makes me go first. So I go Prosperity of my own here for 6. And I realize I don't have to show him what I'm banishing, but I'm honestly trying to like figure out. Oh, I guess I didn't show him. I showed him at one point. We played a lot of games after I recorded this, and I was kind of trying to figure out what I'm supposed to actually banish here for the Prosperity, because, you know, this not being an extra build, and we're going with the Prosperity, I have a lot of utility in the extra deck, and, you know, all the Zoo cards too definitely help with utility. So we reveal these 6. I get the Ram, put the rest back. I actually shuffle them by accident, so we actually go ahead and correct that here because I'm a meme. Alright, so here we go. We put him back in the bottom. We're good. He shuffled up for good measure. So normal the Ram, and then we go ahead and make the Mortar, make the Trident, and then we set up a column here, which is what the Zoo engine's just so good for, and we move the Indigo out of that zone. I probably should have put it under the EMZ looking back, so that any time he went to go for at least a Link Summon, I could immediately, you know, have the negation, because I believe my back row is Secrets. But he goes tanky here. He's gonna go find Rat, I think. No, he goes and gets Thoroughblade. He's not playing Mega Clops in this deck. His extra deck seems to be more focused for utility, so it makes sense why he would go for the Thoroughblade. And we go for Activate Effect, and then I go Chain Trident. I thought that it was an activated effect, not on summon, but I just do it anyway to turn him off the Zoo engine. But he goes ahead and cycles out the Whiptail. He goes for Nadir, and then I go Whispers. We go ahead and move this over. I kind of let the tanky resolve because I was figuring that he was holding something a little more powerful than just tanky, and I had the Trident to take him off the Zoo engine as well, but he goes ahead and just sets up some back row here. I got this Lightning Storm in my hand. I'm kind of just looking at it like a schmuck. We go Blue Sky just to go ahead and try to bait something, but I didn't, you know, I honestly didn't see this Torrential coming, so I probably should have just like went Battle Phase and punched, to be honest, and not played into his back row. But I was trying to get around like maybe a strike or something, but oh well. So we get the yellow star, so we try to force this back row. Oh, this is what we search actually out the blue, and then yeah, well, at least that was the idea behind it though. We're trying to force a back row here, just trying to make him use his cards up because he only has 1 card in hand, I think. So yeah, we go summon the yellow star, and then we go ahead and I'm kind of just explaining like what exactly it does. Because he thought that it popped any back row, but it has to be in the column. So we pop the Dynamiscus, punch, and then give it over to him. So he has another Tenki, which is real nice, and then he's got actually the spicy ass secret speed duels Tenki. So that's yeah, very nice. So he goes ahead and adds the rat now. So he normals the rat, and then we're gonna activate effect, I think. I'm not really too sure. Oh yeah, he did. He sent combo. I missed it. Yeah, so he sets that up too. So if we really do end up going to a big grind, he has that as, you know, just an extra form of recursion, and, you know, the form of just like getting the draw, resetting his zoo engine. So yeah, it's very nice for the utility. Another buddy in our playgroup was basically saying that card's fucking trash in this deck specifically. But anyway, he goes Trident, pop, and then he goes for, you know, the Tiger Mortar here, put the Whip Tail underneath it. Then we're going to go ahead and Exceed again, I think. He's moving it over for the Boar Punch. And then he's going to go into a Zeus play. Chucking I'm back the Trident, maybe? I don't know what I forget what he's doing here. Yeah, okay, he doesn't activate it because he sees no reason to do so. So yeah, he goes for the Zeus for 4 materials, which is just fucking insane, unfortunately. So he puts it, he's deciding where he wants to put it, try to play around columns, but he kind of realizes there's no way he can play around columns at this point, so he just leaves it wherever he wants. So he goes, I go Alpha here, chains Zeus. Whenever I go effect, or maybe it's on summon, I don't remember. So now I'm kind of just like in this really shit situation where if I could pull off this lightning storm, I could possibly make a comeback, but there's just no way for me to clear my board. I'm just kind of, because the lightning storm's set under the alpha, so I'm kind of like, man, I really wish I could send both. So send the trap at this point, but he of course just changed Zeus. And that's that. So he sends everything. He's got a 3k guy. We go Zodiac combo here. Seeing the value of that card, that's actually pretty cool. Shuffles back, draws a card. I kind of just like, I mean, I know I'm done for. I just kind of let him finish it out here because, you know, why not? We're playing it out for the camera. So Thoroughblade, yep. I'm just fucked at this point. Not really much of a comeback that I can take here. So yeah, Mortar, put the Whip Tail back underneath it. Trident, because why not Trident for 3 materials as well. It goes Punch for like a shitload, and then we Gamma Seal for his Trident because why not? And yeah, we're dead here. So pack it up, go to game 3. I think that this matchup is actually quite interesting because it can be favorable in both directions. It kind of can boil down to, you know, who opens better. If we both open well, we have a really good game. If we both open poorly, we have a really good game. So yeah, this was actually really fun recording this, which is also partly why we repped out like maybe 3 or 4 more matches after this. I think it was more like 3, but still, it was real fun. So I think I put him on the play this time because, you know, Triple Lightning Storm in the main deck's real good. So realized I only had 4 cards in hand there. So yeah, he's on the play. So we go for Tenki. We're gonna go ahead and search out the rat this time, actually. Summon the rat. Dump the Bunny Blast. The Bunny Blast is actually, I think, kind of really bad against this deck because I have just like no spells to target. Pretty sure I have no spells to target. Yeah, because like only spells are like mekk-knight spells and then Prosperity, Lightning Storm droplets. So the Bunny Blast isn't much use here, but I imagine he doesn't want to draw it. So we go Trident for 2 materials, set to back row. So we Gamma Seal the shit out of that because we're just not having it today. And then I start with my own Tenki. And I put it under his Tenki to create a column. Almost actually misplayed there. Missed out on a column. Would have been real bad. Summon Rats, send Ram. And I go for the Mega Clops combo. So we get the Ram out. We go for the Trident. And then I think on Summon of Trident, he is thinking. No, he lets it resolve maybe. Yeah, so he lets that resolve. We go Mortar. We go Detach. Or maybe he thinks on Summon of Mortar. He does something. Like, I don't get the Mega Clops out. He does something here. Yeah, he Dynamisks. Yeah, so he's thinking on Mortar Summon and then Dynamisks the ever-living shit out of that card. That's fine, though, because, you know, Blue Sky's going to come down here. I honestly probably should have just led with the Blue Sky so I could have got the double search, because that's what I was trying to do by setting up the Gamma Seal. But thinking back, probably should have just put it under the Tenki. I don't know if he plays imperm though. I think that was another thing I was trying to play around, was just not like dying to imperm, but you know, whatever. At least like canceling out a zone. But yeah, looking back, I probably should just put the Game Seal under the Tenki, a little more safe. Would have secured the double search off blue. So oh well. Anyway, we get the key here because it's huge in this matchup. He goes punishment, and he targets the Morningstar, sending Titaniclad for a follow-up play, which is, you know, pretty smart in his end, because that's kind of the whole idea of the deck, is every trap can give you advantage in some way. Like, you know, Torrential's just broken. You know, IDP can just take my guy so that he can gain advantage that way, or he can out problematic cards. Red Moon here, pop the Gamma Seal. You know, he has Schism in the deck. You know, Punishment's a broken card because it sets up the Titaniclad play, which is nice. But we have Red Moon, we have Indigo, we have Key, we have a set back row, which I believe is Secrets, which is just absolutely insane because we can turn them off monster effects and we can turn them off traps here. So that's just fucking dumb. So he goes Ecclesia, and we start to Maximus, which is, you know, could really be a big swing for him to get that Maximus to resolve, get a bunch of pluses, pops from cards with Metis and stuff. You know, whatever he's got to do there. He can like Omega back, recycle some stuff. So he goes Maximus, summon, banishing Chalkanine. And then we go ahead and flip Secrets whenever he triggers it, and we put the Indigo right underneath him because we are just not trying to have that today. Just really not trying to deal with a Maximus, because that card can be really problematic. He would just kind of pick apart my board here if I let him resolve the Maximus. And I really just kind of need the rest of my extra deck just so I can have the utility in hand. So he sets double back row. And then we go ahead and get the purple back, and then we use the Indigo's effect to move. And then we actually, I never clarified which mekk-knight I was targeting. I was just told him I was activating it, and then later on there was a like mild discussion about I target this Indigo. That's what I'm telling him. I'm like, I targeted this one. He's like, oh, I thought you targeted this one. I said, no, I'm just activating it. And I actually had to read the card because I kind of honestly just forgot. But he goes the trap trick anyway, so he's kind of just confused at like what I'm telling him, and I'm like, no, I have to target a mekk-knight. I just forgot to tell you which one I'm targeting. So that's what this whole discussion's about. He's like, all right, well, at any rate, we're gonna trap trick anyway, because I mean, why not? But what I'm trying to do by doing that is completely close him off all of his zones, because, you know, the Indigo is currently under a spell, that the one that's under the Tenki, at least, you know, it doesn't do anything. So if I can move it to this middle zone, I can completely shut off any possibilities of him kind of doing anything with his trap zones. So we go ahead and play the blue sky and turn it back off that zone as well. You know, we get the purple and the yellow to hand, and then we kind of just are chilling here. So we go Link Summon, we put it right back in that zone to keep him off that back row. It's very imperative that we keep him off that back row. We go ahead and use that guy, we pitch the memory, and we get the Whispers out of deck. So now we can turn him off all card types, which is just absolutely insane. And then we go Yellow Star here and pop the Compulse. He chains it, but I mean, it was honestly just for a meme. I'm really thinking hard about how to get game here, but I've already attacked, so, you know, I kind of like overthinking it. So I ding over his Maximus because I can't actually out it unless I go like Unicorn here, but I'm trying to clear his board entirely. Again, I'm still like fishing for 8k damage, and I'm thinking like access code's 100 off, so this kind of gets prolonged for like really no reason. He also could have lived by Dynamiscus, because he had that Dynamiscus engraved, but he ended up forgetting about that, so that's rather unfortunate on his end of things. But, you know, that's the match. I hope you guys enjoyed it. That's what I got for you guys today, and Worst Duelist signing out. See you, Cap.